too. Here we are, Misfit Mondays. You're watching Misfit Mondays, and you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, what the fuck is Misfit Mondays? Well, let me tell you, I started off, I dropped an F-bomb right away, because I wanted them to know what kind of show they're dealing with, okay? We get a little gangster on this show, all right? We're a couple of gangsters from the mean streets of New Sudbury. My name is Cliff Skeletor. I'm your host. I'm hanging out with my boy Bobby from Dead Celebrity Status. And this is the show where we kind of talk about what's going on in the world, and we put our spin on it. This is the 28th episode. I was going to say consecutive episode, but that would be a lie. We missed 1 week, so we don't have a consecutive thing going on anymore. We were the consecutive champs for a while, but we'll get back on that train. Bobby, how you doing, brother?
Happy 28th.
I know, this is a big deal, man.
That's impressive. It's a 28th anniversary.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And just to slip it in there, this is really our fourth date.
I would say so, and I love that you use the term "slip it in there." It's very.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It's our fourth date. We're kind of past that stage where we kind of know a lot about each other. So
yeah.
So like all our natural stuff is coming out. You know what I mean? Like
I think we're starting to get that couples chemistry. You know, when you hang out with that new couple that they're just really jiving. They bring a whole energy to the situation.
Yeah, like would you be afraid to fart in front of me now? Have we gotten to that point?
I'll drop some bombs and we'll just laugh about it.
That's good. That's good.
I think that's the way to be, man. Like, why be any other way? So, hey, super happy that everybody's joining us, for all of you all that are watching us live, and for some of you that are not watching us live, but will still ask us questions like as if we're live. So this is Misfit Mondays, and if it's Tuesday, if you ask the question, we're not gonna be able to answer it. So we can only answer it if. Have you caught some of those questions, Bobby?
What's that?
Have you caught? I've caught a couple questions where like it'll be like a Wednesday or something, and somebody will ask us a question.
Yeah,
like,
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
You know what? You know what that is?
What's that?
It's cute.
It's adorable. those are nice words. Cute, yeah, adorable.
Yeah, why not, right? There's nothing offensive about that at all, and I love that people even want to ask questions in the first place. So exactly. Whether or not the timing of the question isn't great, they're still asking them, and so, you know, that's wicked, and we want you to continue doing that.
Exactly.
So, how was your weekend, Bobby?
It was good, man. The weather in Toronto's been insanely dope. Like yeah. Today's like feels like mid-August. You know what I mean? Beautiful weather. I watched the fights on Saturday night.
Oh, what did you think of that decision in the co-main event?
Bullshit.
That honestly, it made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I think a judge actually gave it 30-27.
Oh, yeah.
One judge gave 30-27 to Diego Sanchez.
Yep.
Wow.
Like, if there was ever an argument, and sorry, we're going off into a little bit of an MMA thing. We'll wrap it up really quickly. But if there was ever an argument for accountability with judges, where judges need to sit down when they make a call like that and explain what they were thinking, that's the opportunity right there, right?
Exactly. And like I think I mentioned this before, all judging is going to have bias. Human beings are biased by nature. It's impossible to be unbiased.
Yeah.
But to be completely lopsided like that when it was clearly 3-0. He won all 3 rounds. There's no debate whatsoever.
The only thing that Diego did is he let out a flurry at the end of, I believe, round 1 or 2. But if you rewatch the flurry, not one of the punches landed.
Exactly. And
it's like,
even if you give him the non-touching flurry, you give him the round, it's still 2-1. How do you get 3-0 from that? So
yeah, that was a crazy judge call. So you watched the fights. What else did you get up to?
That's about it. I played basketball with my nephew, like I usually do. I train his ass.
Yeah.
That's what I was up to. You?
That's weekend, man. Friday I went out and I watched the Tom Cruise movie Edge of Tomorrow.
Word. And how is it?
Unfucking believable. Like I'll go on record and saying at this point it's the movie of the year for me.
Really?
Yeah, that far. And I've been going every weekend and seeing everything. I've seen X-Men. I've seen everything that's come out. You know, Captain America, you name it. I've seen all the kind of the blockbuster ones, anyways. And it's brilliant, well written. Douglas Lima, the director / writer, same guy that did Mr. and Mrs. Smith and The Bourne Identity. He's fucking awesome. Tom Cruise's performance is awesome. You know, people are hard on Tom Cruise, and they're just going to be that way because, you know, for whatever reason. And Emily Blunt, just a beautiful woman and an amazing actress. So, yeah, I loved it.
I love Emily Blunt. And I am one of those dudes who's hard on Tom Cruise.
You're one of them, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? I can't really tell you why. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you when I fell out of love with Tom Cruise. I used to love Tom Cruise. I think it's the whole Scientology thing, dude. I think it just warped.
The personal life bled into the professional life. And yeah, he was very like kind of untouchable for a long time. He was kind of like the golden boy.
Yep.
And then it was just a matter of, you know, one thing, him kind of jumping up and down on the couch on the Oprah show, and everyone's like, holy fucking weirdo. And then, you know, like a week later, him calling Matt Lauer glib because of his stance on medicine. He doesn't believe in medication, you know, for certain types of things. That I think kind of got taken a little out of context, but that's when the whole firestorm, and that was right at the beginning of things going viral. Like that was the kind of the beginning stages of when something went viral. You know, the whole world online making memes about it, making funny videos about it, and he just got massacred in that one. I think that his career's had a hard time recovering.
I would agree, but to me, I just look. I try and see the positive in it. I just look at him as Maverick forever.
Maverick, man, is Maverick. He's just
Maverick.
like. Just so many good fucking movies. Like that's a library of movies that I don't know, man. Even the ones that people don't think are great, I think are great. Magnolia, like come on, man, that movie's fucking spectacular. Vanilla Sky, top 10 movies of all time, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, not a fan of the Vanilla Sky.
You know what? I haven't seen it in a long time, and when I did watch it, I don't know if I was necessarily paying that much attention, which is unusual because I always pay attention. But with that movie is kind of blurry to me, so maybe I'll go back and give it a shot.
I recommend rewatching it because it's such an unbelievable mind fuck.
All right.
Yeah. Moving on from that, I did that Saturday night. You know, Saturday did a whole bunch of work. Shot what was that? Friday or Saturday? I shot a music video with Justine Giles. Yeah, I'm getting my days confused here. That may have been Thursday or Friday, and I've just spent the day today editing it together. So I'm pretty excited to release that first. She's doing really good, and it's I think we created something really fun.
Dope. I'm excited to see that actually. I know Justine's excited too. So yeah, I can't wait to watch that.
I can't wait to show it to you, and the video. I can't wait to show you the video as well. Yo, so tell us about what's coming up for Dead Celebrity Status.
What's coming up? June 30th, Sudbury, Ontario. We're playing a show, which is like 20 days from now. it's not that far away, and we're playing at the Trevi, which is super fucking rad because it's like I mentioned last week. I think it's only a couple blocks where me and Yas actually met for the first time in a school hallway. So. Yeah, we're excited. Sudbury's always a fucking good show, dude. You would know that. It's always fun, and so yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, you guys always kill it. I'm actually gonna post the link on the Facebook page right now for those of y'all that are paying attention. I'm gonna put it up there so you guys can join the event. Our buddy Joe Nichols, who owns the 705, that's right on Cedar across from Peddlers. He has tickets, so go by there. He has tickets for you as well. If you go to the Trevi as well, they'll have tickets for you as well. So get out there and get them because it's actually we only have a limited amount of tickets. There's only 180 tickets because kind of like a bit of a smaller show you guys are doing. Even though 180 is still a good size, but you guys usually do bigger shows. And it's I hate to use the term intimate and interactive, but that's kind of what it is. We're calling it the quarantine. So. You know, you got to survive, man. What's going on out there, man? There's a virus, and the virus is like shitty music and shitty entertainment. So you're gonna have to quarantine yourself at the Trevi on June 30th, and you know, get your fix, man.
You love the quarantine. Shout out to Cliff for coming up with the quarantine concept.
Hey, thanks, homie.
Yeah, I can feel the energy when you talk about the quarantine. You really love it.
I really love the concept of it. I just think there's
Yep.
something really fun. Like, I don't know if you ever did this when you were like younger. Did you ever like do like an overnight at school where they'd have different kind of things and like everybody would stay in the gym?
Oh yeah, dude.
That
Yeah.
was like in my childhood the funnest stuff I ever did. Like it was just because it was so outside of the norm. You're sleeping outside your house. You're sleeping around like, and you end up just staying up all night anyways and chit chatting with people. And it's just that's kind of what it feels like. It's kind of like a quarantine. Like how cool would it be if we had the Trevi for the entire night and like
Dude.
DCS fans, friends, family, everybody could show up. And after the show was done, we could just turn down the lights, light some candles, get some hot cocoa, and start a fire.
I'll start a fire in a building.
Start
And,
a fire.
get some sleeping bags. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, I love that idea.
Yeah, I just think one of these days we'll have to figure out a way to make that work.
Yeah, legally.
Exactly, right? I mean, it'll have to be at somebody's house. One of us will get, rich enough where we'll be able to just buy a compound. Didn't we talk about that last week?
We
Idea
did.
of buying- Oh, dude, I don't think we talked about that on air. I think that was kind of like,
No, that was an off-air conversation, but yeah, that would be super dope. Sleepovers are awesome.
the greatest things in life, man.
Super smash to the sleepover.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna write that on my list. Oh wait, no, never mind. There's no room. We already did it. So what's really cool is that you guys are gonna show up to this thing. This is on a Sunday, right? Sunday. So the next day, you guys don't have work, so don't worry about that sort of thing. But we want to make sure that you guys, when you show up, we want to see you wearing, your DCS gear. So make sure you go and you buy yourself some gear. Go to the website, deadcelebritystatus.com, and you can buy some stuff. So go check that out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have merch there too. We'll have the merch, all the T-shirts, all that good stuff. The music. We'll have the album there. So excited to see everybody, man. Hey, Cliff, we get to hang out
I know. Anytime we get to hang out, I'm a happy man.
in real life,
I know, it's crazy.
in a real life setting, not over the computer.
This is it. I think most people don't realize that most of our hanging out, this is how it's done. Right here in front of everybody.
Yeah, dude. Like we only literally like see each other a couple times a year.
Yeah. It's wild. We probably went like over 5 years without, probably more than that, without seeing each other, period.
That's very true.
Lives, man. They're all over, and then they come in. See what I'm doing here?
Yeah. Well, thank God for Google Chat.
Yeah. Because we're swimming through the current. That's like, this is you. This is me. We're just this is the current of life, and we're swimming through it. But every once in a while, it's like, woo, here we are. We're kind of going together.
Are we skinny dipping through it though?
Oh, well, yeah. Do you see clothes on my arms?
It's
You see what's happening here? You're getting
Skinny
intermingled. All right. All right, we went off the rails there for a second. So, to break it up, let's get into deadlines, man. This is weekly deadlines. We try to find something going on around the world. Sometimes it's current. Sometimes it's something that happened in the past that we just want to chat about. And we got to chat about something that happened last week that's kind of, the term is it went viral, which basically means a lot of people are talking about it and sharing it. And we're talking about something that happened. I'm probably going to say this wrong because you've been there. How do you say it? Cheektowaga? Cheektowaga, New York.
I think so.
Yeah,
If not close enough.
Yeah, and if somebody out there is watching and wants to correct us, I love being corrected.
Nice.
So if you could do that, that'd be awesome. So basically what happened, I mean, we're outside of a man was outside of I believe it was a grocery store, and he started up his vehicle, and he startled a lady by the name of Janelle Ambrosia, who was there with her two young children, and it startled them, so the lady decided that she would completely flip her lid and drop N-bombs like it was going out of style. So she kind of went off on the guy, and the guy recorded the whole thing. What I'm going to do actually right now, just so people, if they're curious, if they're watching the show, I'm actually going to drop the link on the Facebook page. But you saw the video, and I'm just curious what your reaction is to seeing this video of this lady freaking out on this black man.
Yeah. Like you said, I just watched it. You just sent it to me, and I think after I watched it, I told you I'm not shocked. You know what I mean? It just goes to show people who think that racism doesn't exist or it's any more or less than because there's a black president and we have African American judges and some African American people in power in certain places. This is fucking America, dude. I was telling you during our tours, Yas and I, we'd hear this shit all the time, and for some reason, the United States, people tend to voice their opinions a lot more. They're a lot more boisterous in their opinions, right? Not saying that Canadians don't feel that way, but sometimes we're kind of a little bit more silent. The shit didn't shock me at all. I hear it all the time, even in Canada. And for instance, we played a show in St. Catharines about a month ago, and it was a festival, kind of a festival. There was some heavy metal bands, and then there was some hip hop groups. And I went outside. There's a patio, and there was like this heavy metal band. They were congregating between themselves, and they were saying, "Who invited this nigger music?" You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is something I hear all the time. Even in Toronto, you hear it often, right? It got caught on camera in this instance, and I'm glad it did. I wish all that shit would get caught on camera so people wouldn't put racism to the back burner like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking, and I want to read you. I want to read you one of the comments under the YouTube video and get your reaction to this because I want to look at it from both sides. And this was a response by somebody named Chris Bainan, who has, since I last read it, has edited the post that they had. But she writes, who's the real winner here? Not us. Maybe filming the incident was right, but driving off without instigating the situation would have been better because she believed that the man was instigating it after the fact to get it on camera. When I first saw this, all I could think of to say to you was shut up. She's talking about the black guy. Her back was to you. She was on the phone. You could have driven off and chalked it up to another day being in America. But you riled up a woman who was already obviously upset. You kept saying stuff to rile her up even more. Sure, she could have just walked away, but you pulled out your cam, started yelling stuff out of your car. As you said, as well as many of us, being called the N-word is nothing new and frankly means nothing to me. I mean, the rappers, hip-hoppers, comedians, funny people use it on the daily. On the daily, Bobby. In fact, I'm pretty sure the song you were listening to by Nas even had it. I was actually pumped that he was listening to that in the background.
Yeah, me too.
You are not a hero, sir, but you will be part of the race war everyone is swearing is coming to pass. And to all of those who are going to slam me for this comment, karma is real. If you don't want the word to be used, stop listening to it, in my honest, humble opinion. So I just thought that was an interesting response. How do you react to that?
First of all, does it matter if he's instigating or not? The video's not about the instigation. It's about her actual choice of words. And like I was saying to you earlier, you see how fucking mad she was, dude? When I hear her speak, that just sounds like 400 fucking years of embedded racism just spewing out of her mouth. It's just hate. That's the way she actually felt, right? So it doesn't matter if she or he instigated or not. Yeah, he could have drove away. But he did the right thing. He was catching her on camera.
Yeah, I loved it, right? I mean, one of the best responses I got to that, one of the responses on here, and I love reading some of these comments. Sometimes it's just, if you ever want to just go to bed angry, read YouTube comments. But Raven Killer 1 responds just, yeah, just take it and shuffle along. If only Rosa Parks had done that, right? And then just responds as racism. But this person is basically saying, being sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek, like, he should have walked away. Well, I guess Rosa should have done that as well, right? Exactly. But and the response is kind of like racism should always be exposed whenever it rears its ugly head. And this guy, yeah, well, obviously his camera's not out in the first place, so this is an opportunity for him to kind of, you know, he pulled the camera out. She could have kept her mouth shut, but she showed it. And I think it's a good thing, man. I think it's a good thing when these things get light shone upon them, right? Sean? That doesn't, I don't even
Sean.
know. That's shown upon. Yeah, sure. Let's go with
Oh.
that.
Yeah, I fully fucking agree, dude. There's a quote that silence is worse than violence, and I fully agree with that, right? Especially when it comes down to racism. You know, we sometimes as a society we try and act like it does not exist, and obviously it does, and it needs to be shown. This guy did the right thing. It should be done more.
And did this man not have the patience of a fucking saint? Like,
Yeah.
he just doesn't. He just keeps it cool the whole time.
Well, exactly, and he wasn't yelling shit back to her. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't saying derogatory things at all, and even his he was just voicing his opinion. I don't really think he was instigating her that much. She could have easily walked into that grocery store.
Yeah, walked away.
Didn't.
I mean,
She did it. She had so much fucking hate that she stood there and wasted all her time spewing racist, derogatory comments. That's how much hate she has for this dude. But
I think my favorite line of the entire thing was like when he said he was going to call the cops or something along those lines. She's like, "Don't worry, I know all the cops. I strip for all the cops." Like,
yeah,
oh
dude.
God. Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah. Or the other comment, "Oh, I got my lawyer on it," and she walks away. Yeah.
And P.S. my husband's coming here to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine what her husband looks like, dude, or what type of person he is.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell we're not dealing with like a highly educated human being in this particular instance.
No, we're dealing with her, and fucking crazy, dude.
She did come out. She responded. I did find this somewhere where she responded, and basically what she said, her reasoning was that she was off her medication and she's bipolar.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. A lot of anger and, you know,
but
still doesn't excuse the racism.
Bipolar has nothing to do with spewing racist comments, though.
Yeah,
it has something to do with, you know, your psyche, but nothing to do with spewing racist comments. That's a good one, though.
Yeah, well, nice try. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, brother, we could talk about this all night long, but I'm really excited to get into Smash or Trash. How do you feel about that?
Yes, sir. You know, I'm always excited about Smash or Trash. Reason being is because I never know what they are.
That's the beauty of it. So, like, for those of you that don't know, is basically we come up with 8 random things, and I asked Yas and Bobby today. Bobby, Yas couldn't be with us today. These random questions, they kind of tell us whether they have a smash or a trash, and they don't have really any real time to think about it because they don't know before the show. They're hearing it as it's coming out of my mouth.
Yes, sir.
And that's the fun part about it. So let's start this one off. Smash or trash? And I tried to stay as random as humanly possible. Smash or trash? Candles.
Smash.
You smash. You're a candle guy.
I'm a candle guy. Yeah. How could you not like candles?
I never said I did.
A, they provide light when you don't have light. If you don't have hydro, right? And B, they're very relaxing. They just give off this relaxing vibe.
Yeah, they really do. I will say I did have a bad experience with candles once.
Yeah.
And that was basically because I moved into a place and the lady that lived in there before me liked candles too much. And so she had them burning constantly, so the walls, and I guess the landlord should have taken care of this but didn't. The walls were just completely smoked and like the roof, and you just couldn't get rid of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's on the landlord, though.
Yeah, that is on that. So I mean, I guess we shouldn't blame the candles themselves. It's kind of like blaming guns, right?
Exactly. And you have scented candles, which are quite nice too.
Well, actually, speaking of candles, I wish I've got a candle right here. Oddly enough, and I wish people could smell this. It's
What is it?
I could read that. Can you read that? I can't read it in reverse.
Cookie. I just see cookie.
It's yummy lemon cookie.
Nice.
It basically smells like a lemon meringue pie.
Nice.
It's fucking lovely, my friend. Absolutely lovely. Moving on to the next, Smash or Trash, number 2. Smash or Trash. I have no idea if we've ever done this one before, but I guess this was on the brain. Smash or Trash to baths.
Baths?
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna go smash. I'm more of a shower guy, but the bath is useful, especially like if you're sore, like if your muscles are sore, things of that nature. Very relaxing. I can't trash the bath.
Yeah, I'm not going to try. Some people do, though. So I know a lot of people, right? My father always used to say, man, you're just bathing in your own dirt.
I feel you.
Sure, sure. But I still love taking baths. When I was a kid, man, that's where I played with all my toys.
And what about bubbles? Bubble baths.
I love bubbles. I blow bubbles while in the bubble bath.
Yeah, me too. I make bubbles. Get
it? Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's just like, whoop, you make the bubble, and then the bubble bursts, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, the room smells funny all of a sudden. I know what's going on here with the bubble baths. Fuck, I was going to say something else about bubble baths, but now I forget. I just got too excited about the bubble thing. Start talking about bubbles in a bubble bath, man. This completely kills my train of thought.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I was going to mention. You're like, it's good for when you're sore, and I just wanted to mention the fact that on Saturday during the day, another thing I did over the weekend is I did legs, and I did a lot of squats, and
Yes,
I'm in bad shape today.
Yeah, see, a bath is good for that.
Yeah, really, a little Epsom salt, and you're good to go.
Yes, Epsom salt.
Love it. All right,
Yeah.
Next up, Smash or Trash on, speaking of exercise, jogging.
Super smash. Yeah.
Big fan of jogging.
I would say I'm a huge fan. I, it's always the one thing in my training I don't really look forward to that much. But it's useful. It's good for you. So I'm gonna give it a smash.
Yes, I agree with all of those things. Yes, I do. I do. It is the one thing I also don't look forward to, but I like to start all my workouts with a nice jog. And I do like the idea that if I had to chase down a bad guy like they do on the movies, then I'd be able to do it, right? I mean, you watch the movies and they're able to chase these guys for blocks and blocks and blocks, right?
Yeah. Well, it's called editing.
Well, exactly. It's like taking little breaks. It's like, okay, we'll get that shot a little later on today.
It's like when you used to watch porn back in the day, and you don't know about editing, right?
You're like, that guy's good. He's good.
Exactly. Yeah, you just feel inefficient.
I know. It's like I can't live up to that.
Yeah. My dude's on his hour and a half straight. Wow. Dudes do that, right?
Yeah. Insanity, man. I'm impressed that you watched it for that long, Bobby.
Oh, grade 7, man.
That's
what else was there to do?
Watch porn. Go play basketball and watch porn. That's it. That's all.
Exactly.
All right, next up on the Smash or Trash. Oh, it's not going to fit on the screen properly, but you're going to be able to see it a little bit. Smash or Trash to PDA, public displays of affection.
Ooh. That's a tough one. Yeah, I'm feeling happy today. I'm gonna smash.
Give it a smash.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I feel it. I feel ya. It's all of these things are the context and the relevance of it has a lot to do with who it is giving the public displays of affection, and on top of that, how much affection they're giving each other. There's a scale there as well, right?
Okay, and what about where? Does it matter where?
Yes, there is some wheres, right? So it's just like, the public's also a very loose general term as well, right?
Okay, what about you're shopping on a Saturday afternoon in Costco, and two people are just completely just making out?
Okay.
Right,
are they feeling each other up? Or is there hands involved? Is there like a lot of grabby touching?
Yeah, let's go to the extreme, yeah.
I'm gonna go trash.
Why?
Um, it's an interesting thing. I've been socialized to feel uncomfortable with that, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been socialized to feel uncomfortable with it, and I guess they're not hurting anybody.
So when you see that happen, do you actually physically and mentally feel uncomfortable? Or do you feel uncomfortable for other people?
I feel uncomfortable for other people.
You do, eh?
Yeah, it's because I'm thinking, how's this like older couple here reacting to this, and how's this family over here? For me, I mean, it's really not a big deal. I mean, I watch a lot of porn, so it's I watch that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't watch that much porn, guys. I was just kidding, joking around. I'm not a pervert.
I see it the other way because it breaks like that social norm. Right? And anytime that social norm is broken, I love to see people's reaction. I'm like a people watcher. I love to see their reaction when social norms are broken. That's why I like comedy, like your boy. He does that too, right? It's so funny and exciting to watch how people react when social norms are broken.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. We actually have a new one that we're working on. We started filming it today. And it's called Flute Boy. So I'll let your imagination deal with that.
Nice. Yeah, I like that shit.
It's called Flute Boy. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way people react to this, and I'm curious to see the way people react to the reaction from other people. So
nice. So smash on PDA.
Okay, man, smash. I guess I'm giving it trash, but yeah, I'm giving it a trash. I'm going to stick with that. That's all I can do at this point in the game. And so now talking about a similar kind of topic, smash or trash to breastfeeding in public.
Smash. Once again, I usually tend to like things that go against the social norm, what's acceptable and not acceptable. If a woman has to feed her baby, she's got to feed her baby. I don't see a problem with it.
That's, again, another one of those things that we've been socialized.
Yes, of course.
And I mean, I could have picked so many other women. Of course, I have to pick Miranda Carr, who's like one of the fucking hottest women on earth, but, that's just the one that popped up right away, and I guess I was just like drawn to it, so I clicked and saved it.
That's Little Cliff right there.
Oh, dude, that's
that's you, Cliff.
I'm projecting myself. It's like I've never been so jealous in my entire life.
That's Little Cliff.
I'm jealous of every infant. That's a fucking lie, man. They have the life. Just poop and fucking vomit and whatever they want. Then after they do it, they get a titty thrown in their mouth. Come on.
They get rewarded.
They get rewarded.
Man. Handsomely.
Exactly. I love that. Handsomely rewarded. Handsomely rewarded. Next up, smash or trash. Oh, and I never gave you mine. I'm going to say smash, of course. I'm not going to say anything other than that. You think I want to get myself in trouble with women? It's a stupid thing for people to be concerned about.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's a really stupid one. It's a feeding device. Like, it's
something that's natural.
Yeah, it's so completely natural. It's not like I could see the argument for the PDA because you don't necessarily have. It's not a human need per se, even though kind of affection is, but in the sense of a more immediate human need as nourishment is for your child.
Yeah.
You'd have to be a complete fucking low-life douchebag to be like, don't feed your child.
I just like the word nourishment next to breast.
Yeah. Breasts nourish us in so many ways, man.
Yeah, like physically, mentally. It's very nourishing.
Spiritually, that's the one people don't talk about enough. There's something spiritual about
that. That's something people don't talk about enough. We should talk about that more often.
I really don't think we talk about it enough. It's something that I think every guy, even women, think about regularly. Like, I'm just the whole thing about boobs. I'm just amazed. I don't understand myself. I don't understand boobs. I don't understand why we love them so much. I mean,
Well,
they're
think
just
about this. You just showed a clip of a child breastfeeding, and we've been talking about breasts now for about 10 minutes. Like, we're completely off track.
yeah.
Off of one breast.
Yeah. And I also kind of thought that maybe you were making the comparison, like the reason why we like them so much is because, like, when we were children, we had boobs in our mouth. But even for guys that weren't breastfed, they still love titties.
Yeah.
I think it's funner when I start to call them titties. It really kind of brings, like, it's a lot more lowbrow.
So you're saying, like, the love for the breast goes beyond Sigmund Freud and his psychological reasons why men love breasts.
I think, you know what I had heard once, actually, this is something Kyle told me, so I'm giving Kyle full responsibility for this, but, you know, while we were in, like, sorry, I don't know why I keep going out of focus, but while we were in the, like, developing as, like, through the stages of, you know, evolution and whatnot, the way we used to have sex was we had sex with a woman from behind, right? Mm-hmm. And so her bum cheeks, if, you know, kind of, if you look at a certain way, bum cheeks kind of do look like breasts, like cleavage, right? And so he said he'd read some study where there's some comparison saying that, you know, that's why we're still so attracted to boobies, because during our evolution, that's what's
I love it. I love it. I wish it was just Kyle's idea, and I wish Kyle would get published.
He does. He becomes like fucking like world famous. Like, it just flips, you know, every sexual like sociologist like Kinsey just flips all of their theories right on their heads.
I like it. We could call it breastology.
I like it.
And he just focuses he focuses his entire academic career, so his whole life of learning and researching, to breasts.
Yeah, and like women, because he becomes so famous, women actually like it's like an honor for them to let him touch their boobs.
Yeah,
like they come from around the world just to be like, he touched my titty.
And it's very comforting. It's not like he's talking about the vagina, which I find would be like a more private thing.
Oh, 100%, yes.
Than the breast. Do you know what I mean? Like in this country, a woman could walk down the street showing her breasts legally.
Yeah.
Not that they do that often.
Yeah. They don't do it often enough.
No, I agree with you.
I can assure you of that much. It's like, yeah, man. It's just like, I really do think I'm going to motivate Kyle to kind of do a little bit more research on this, because I just want to be around him when this is happening.
Likewise.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we could agree on that. One show, we'll dedicate an entire show to boobs, all right? I can promise you guys that. If you guys have any breast-related questions or information for us, don't be shy to share that on our Facebook page, on Twitter at DC Status. Just let us know, you know, boob stuff. Let us know whatever you know.
An entire show. We should do that. Entire show dedicated to breasts, and we'll give our top 10 breasts. Top 10 pairs of breasts.
Oh, yeah, okay, I like that, man. I really do like that. We'll have a special guest on, too.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I don't know who would be an appropriate special guest for this particular sort of thing, but, yeah, we will do that. So let's move on to the next Smash or Trash. Before we get too distracted with this whole thing on breasts, I know it's going to rattle me for a good part of the next little while of the show, but I'm going to make it through there. I want to ask you, though, Bobby, Smash or Trash when it comes to Mexican food, buddy?
Oh, super smash, my mans. Mexican food's actually my favorite food.
Really? Super Smash. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, what is it about that particular type of food that makes it your favorite?
I just like the flavor, the spiciness of it. Yeah, I love it, dude. You can ask Gas when we go to Los Angeles. I literally live off of Mexican food.
Really, eh? And it's the flavors. Like, what is it? Like, what are you more of like an empanada or enchilada or?
I love it all, man. I like the flavors. I love the texture of the food. I'm a big refried beans guy. Love
Ooh,
it. Yeah, I love the salsa, dude. I love it. It'd be like it's like my death row meal.
right there, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, dude.
That's surprising. Well, I mean, not that surprising, really. I shouldn't be surprised by that, even kind of. I just I didn't know that about you, and I like learning new things about you, Bobby. Makes me very happy. It makes me feel closer to you.
Well, I like feeling close to you. I thought
That's
the
what, that's what I
I
know.
thought
That
the breast talk brought us a bit closer too.
I think that brought us real tight, man. I think that's an important conversation to have. And then that way I know at the next show I'm gonna eat Mexican food that day, so my breath will just be like refried beans and
Yeah. Yeah. What about
nachos.
you? You like Mexican food?
Love Mexican food. And probably the reason why I brought that in as a smash or trash was because today I had a meeting at a restaurant called La Casa Mexicana in Sudbury. They're like the
I've been there.
only genuine kind of Mexican food place in Sudbury, owned by a sweet lady named Sylvia, from Mexico, legitimate Mexican. And yeah, so I went there today, but before I went to that meeting, I wanted to stop and have lunch because I was just going to this meeting at La Casa Mexicana. We just some stuff with social media, blah blah blah. So I stopped beforehand at a place called the Fork and Spoon. My buddy Matt owns the place. So I have a delicious sandwich. The sandwich is called the Cuban. I had the Cuban sandwich, delicious sandwich. So I'm full afterwards. I show up to La Casa Mexicana, and what does this sweet lady do? She brings me out a plate filled with Mexican food.
Mm,
Now, it is
yes,
not
sir.
in my DNA to turn down food. I can't do it. I'm full, but I cannot turn down food. It's just, it doesn't feel right. There's just, So of course I shoved the food into me, and it's delicious. And when I say shoved it into me, like I did eat it through my mouth, just in case anybody had any questions, you know. And yeah, it was fucking delicious, but I was so full, it like destroyed the next 2 hours of my day. I was just sweating and full and, hating my life.
Yeah, it is filling. You know what's really awesome about the Mexican meal too? It's like even here and in Europe, like before you eat, they always bring a lot of bread out, right? And in Mexican restaurants, they always bring out like their fresh tortillas and like their own homemade salsa. So you get to try everybody's homemade salsa, dude. Fuck, I love that.
Oh, yeah, I
Great
love
idea.
it. And I just want to have salsa on everything. Every morning, that's kind of my meal. I wake up and I make scrambled eggs.
Hmm.
So I make scrambled eggs with spinach, and then when I'm like ready to eat it, I just put a little bit of salsa on top of it, and that's my morning wake up call right there.
I think salsa is the number one condiment in the world.
It should be.
Yeah, I think it's probably the most eaten condiment in the world. Don't quote me on that,
No,
but
I'm quoting you, man. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna make a very expensive bet with somebody, and I'm just gonna hold you fully responsible for it. Yeah. I'm gonna put it all on the line, man. I'm putting it all on the line because I
well, I like
trust you
it.
that much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your confidence in me.
Yeah. So don't burn me on this one, Bobby. All right. Next up, smash or trash. This is our lady of the day. I like to add a lady for every smash or trash because I'm always curious, what your taste in women is. So
All right.
smash or trash on. Oh God, of course that's the point. See, guys, I gotta tell you something right now, all right?
More
This is
breath.
important. All right. When I size these pictures, I do it so fast that sometimes I don't. Okay? So that's one thing I just want to start out by saying. All right. So did I do this on purpose? I promise you I didn't. It worked out perfectly, but now
I don't
feel
see face. I just see
yeah,
breasts.
yeah, I feel like kind of insensitive. Like I don't want to come across as that typical guy because I don't believe I am.
But you
But
know
it's
what? It kind of fits the theme of the show or where the show
yeah.
went.
Yeah, so this is kind of where the show went. Okay, so since we're here, though, okay, I want you to guess who this is. We'll make a game out of it.
You want me to guess by her breasts?
You got it.
Oh, dude.
I want a nice breast guest. And do you want a hint? She's an actress. I can tell you that much. She's an
I'm
actress.
gonna take a shot. I'm gonna take a shot at it.
All right, I'm pumped.
Megan Fox.
Woo! Okay, that's a good guess. I'm gonna give you one more hint. Okay?
right.
She's an actress that has 20 plus years of being famous.
So she's older.
She's
Wow.
yes.
Give me one more hint.
Okay, what else? What else? What else?
Is she Caucasian? I can't tell.
Yes, she is Caucasian.
Right.
Okay, what could I say that's not gonna give it away?
20 years, man.
Yeah, she's got a lot of experience.
Wow.
She was in a movie, one of the movies that she's really famous for. I feel like the guy that was trying to get her was way too old to be trying to get her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. That's the best way, because if I give away any more in regards to that particular film, you'll know who it is.
I think I got it.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm excited. Dude.
But I don't remember her breasts being that big. But I'll give it a shot. Demi Moore.
Oh, you're really close. What movie were you thinking of? Indecent
Proposal.
Oh, that's a good guess, my friend. That's a very good guess. Not right, but a really good guess.
Not right.
Because
okay, it's killing me.
In this particular movie, it was like inappropriate how old this guy was compared to her. Now, there we go. Miss Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, Jennifer Connelly?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you have any idea what movie I'm talking about?
No, but I'm going to go super smash on Jennifer Connelly. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, dude, I love me. I'm talking about the movie Labyrinth.
Oh, shit.
Don't you remember? Wow. She was like a little 14-year-old little girl, and fucking David Bowie, like grown-ass 40-something-year-old man, is trying to, like, basically molest her the entire movie.
Yeah, dude, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, super smash. She's like in her mid-40s now, probably approaching 50 now, no?
Oh, yeah, and like this is probably a fairly recent photo, this one you're looking at, and that's a fucking beautiful woman and a super talented one as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say she's a super talented actress too.
I basically put this picture on the screen for the entire show.
Super smash.
Yeah, definitely, and she was the one that, like, she was one of the first ones that made, like, having, like, thick eyebrows, you know, fashionable for women.
Good point.
Yeah, like, I mean, before that, people were so afraid. Everyone was all the women were plucking their eyebrows, and she kept the thick eyebrow look, and to be honest, she just completely fucking rocked it, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could agree on this. Yo. Is
it a little bit choppy for you?
Yeah, it got a little bit choppy there for a second. It was just the Jennifer Connelly and the boob thing. The boob thing was probably hard on the computers. Like that's a lot. That's rattling. My computer's rattled. I'm rattled. There's a lot going on, man.
Good choice. Good choice.
Thanks a lot on that one. So our final Smash or Trash, number 8, Smash or Trash to New York City. New York City.
Smash. It's actually one of my favorite cities in North America to visit.
Tell me why, buddy.
Yeah, it's just a lot of culture, a lot of shit going on. Musically, it's a phenomenal place. A lot of great artists come from New York City. There's just so much to do. I love it. It's like reminds me of Toronto on steroids. That's what New York City is, right? Like, because it's so fucking big. But I love New York City.
Yeah, what is it about New York City that just attracts so many, like, talented people? I mean, I guess a lot of them, like, why is it that even the ones that grow up there, I get why it attracts so many people, but why is it that there's so many people that are from New York City are, you know, super talented?
I think you're cutting out again.
But did you get my question?
Yeah, did you ask why there's so much talent that comes out of that city?
Why there's so much talent that comes out of New York City? Obviously, the size has a big element, but there's a lot of big cities where you don't see that.
Yeah, I just think personally, a lot of urban areas, right, that they grow up appreciating art, and yeah, and I just feel there's a confidence there. Artists who come from New York tend to be super confident, right? And they look to tackle their own city, and there's that saying, if you make it in New York, you make it everywhere, right? So I just think it comes down to a confidence factor and just an appreciation for art in general.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense. I'm really sorry. I've never been to New York City. New York City is one of those places I've always wanted to go. I don't know why I haven't been yet, so I will go soon. But yeah, it's one of those places I've always wanted to go. I think we've grown up with it, right? I mean, in movies and TV, and it's just been such a spot where so many like legendary epic things have been shot there, right? So we kind of grew up seeing it.
Yeah, dude, like when you go, you need like a lot of time. Like every time me and Yas go, we try and tackle as much stuff in a short span as possible, and it's hard because, like you said, man, so much shit has happened there, right? And so much history. Yeah, and there's so much to do, like just in terms of like, say nightlife, like bars, like just fucking so many cool places, Cliff. You would trip.
Yeah, one of the things I hear from people is that a lot of the buildings that we've seen on TV and movies, when you're actually there, they don't seem as big as they do when you see them on the movie.
No, it's completely true. Yeah, completely true. And the
Because
food, the food there is fucking awesome too. Like you go to Little Italy, like Mulberry Street. Obviously, like Mulberry Street's famous for like The Godfather and real life gangsters. Like John Gotti lives there or lived there. All real life gangsters. But the fucking food there, Cliff, and just the feeling and the vibe of being on that street in Little Italy, where you
yeah,
know all the shit that's happened. You know what I mean? If you know your history in terms of that aspect. Awesome,
yeah,
dude. There's no better feeling.
yeah. I got to make that happen soon. I mean, it's a short road trip, right? I mean, it's a short road trip, short
Yeah.
flight. So there's no I have no excuses. I'm just gonna make that happen very soon, and then I'll come on the show and we'll chat about it
All right. Please
if I
do
don't
so.
get shot. That's my that's my number one fear. All right, so
Yeah.
that's Smash the Trash. Let's move on to the Q&A. This is the portion of the show where you get to ask some questions, and we'll answer those questions. Now, at this point, we don't have a lot of questions, and we have a couple. We have a handful. So let's get started with what we have. First question being from Pam Stanatus. Hopefully I said that right. Pam Stanatus asks, what is the best and worst part of being on tour?
Wow. First of all, shout out to Pam. She's always asking really cool questions. Wow. The best thing about tour is the traveling, getting to see a different city every single day. Uh, that is fucking awesome. Secondly, is meeting people from those places. You get to meet some really cool and interesting people, and it's just really cool. It's like tour. Your whole concept of time kind of gets thrown out the window. You live in like this little bubble, and you don't sometimes know where the fuck you are, what day it is, and that's a really cool feeling to get lost in that. The worst part about tour uh, is towards the end. Sometimes it could get draining, and you miss your bed. You miss your bed at home, right? Because you just live in hotel rooms day after day, which is cool. But after a couple months, it gets a little bit tough. So I think the worst part of tour would be missing your bed.
Yeah, I will. I'll answer that question too by saying the best part of being on tour is hearing the stories from people that have actually been on tour, and the worst part about being on tour is that I've never been on tour before. So
But we'll take you, Cliff. I'm telling you,
yeah,
it's the most interesting thing in the world. It's just eh, you're doing the same shit every day, right? It's the same repetitious shit every single day, but every day is different. If that makes any sense. Do you know what I
it
mean? It's
does
the same shit, but everything's different.
like the surroundings. Like, that's always something I've wondered myself. Is like how do you get yourself amped up when you've done something over and over again so many times?
Yeah, well, me and Yas always talk about that. It's like before this album, I was touring Blood Music literally for about 6 years. Do you know what I mean? So basically, I was playing the same set of songs for 6 years. And the reason I would say that it doesn't get boring is that playing those songs means something different to different people at that time. So it's fresh to other people. It might not be new to me. I'm doing it every night, but it is a new experience every night, right? So
Yeah. So you take that into consideration when you're up there performing.
exactly.
Like, okay.
That's exactly it. Like some people are hearing this song for the first time, or even if they're not, it's a brand new experience, right? It gives that song new life that day. So that's always in mine and Yas's head. It
Do you
keeps it
guys ever
fresh.
have to, you guys ever discuss it beforehand where you're like, yo, dude, like I'm just not feeling it tonight, and like the other one has to hype each other up, or is it just like an
Oh,
understanding that you guys mentally have?
no, like we'll have times where like we're obviously like we're tired. You know what I mean? You just get off a flight or you had a long drive to get to the show. Shit happens. And I could see it in Yas. He might be tired, or he'll see it in me. But we never talk to each other. We know once you hit the stage, and you know our live show, right? It never really changes in terms of energy, regardless of what's happening. That hour that we're on stage, everything gets thrown out the window, and you just go full throttle, right? You can
Mhm.
worry about being tired and all that shit afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Just watching you guys is exhausting sometimes. So this question is basically just for you, Bobby. Not so much for myself, but I would like to answer it. Jamie Dean, I wonder any relation to James Dean, asks, what is your best skill set? What would you say your best skill set musically is?
Wow.
There you
Well,
go.
shout
On the
out to
spot.
Jamie. That's tough, man. It's kind of hard to like. I do critique myself. I never really talk about it. My best skill set, I would say, in my writing. I think I take my pen game very seriously. I work a lot at my craft in terms of writing and delivery. Always trying to get better. So I think my best skill set would be my writing.
Okay, and I'm going to follow up with that by asking you, what do you think your best skill set is non-musically? But besides being a world-class lover.
Well, you took it right out of my mouth. I am a world-class lover, so I have a strong skill set in that area. Um, Man, that's tough. I play ball very well. Yeah, basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would like to
yeah,
think so.
you're good. Yeah.
I
Do
don't
you,
know,
do you
dude. It's
notice it?
hard.
Do,
What's
do
that?
you feel like when it comes to playing basketball, do you notice a difference? Like, do you feel like you've gotten better at playing ball, or do you feel like as you get a little bit older, do you feel like there's certain elements where you noticeably have like slowed down?
No, you get worse. You don't get better.
Like, is that
But
demoralizing though? Like,
it's different. Like growing up playing basketball. That's you know what I mean. I spent literally would spend 8, 10 hours a day playing. Right. It was just a different time, and I don't have that amount of time to practice or be
talking
that
about
serious about it.
practice? Are you talking about
Yeah, you
practice?
keep talking about practice, man. And your body changes, right? Like I'm not as light as I used to be. Like in high school, I was light, so I could jump a lot higher. I may be stronger now, but your body changes, and therefore your game changes. So
Yeah, so like your
yeah,
body's a lot more like built up now, right?
yeah, like you get smarter, but you're not as athletic as you used to be. Like I can't dunk like I used to. Do you know what I mean? So.
Can you just tell us a little bit more about your body though?
Okay, my testicles.
Yeah, whoever designed us just designed us poorly. Oh, like that famous Joe Rogan thing we were talking about earlier is like, why is this hanging off of our body? Why is this not protected better? Like we've got bones in places protecting significantly less important parts of our body. Why
Yeah,
is there no shield in place here?
yeah, and I just thought, the testicles make you feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't say naked, but like movement when you're walking or like bending over or something.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I feel uncomfortable. If I'm just lying there naked, I'm all right. But if I'm walking or actually doing something and there's, and there's movement with the testicles, you can't help but feel awkward, dude.
Hey, I came up with a funny idea for a meme. Like a couple of days ago, I'm just gonna give it away. Maybe I'll make it at some point. I have no fucking clue. But I want it to be. This is not even that funny, but I liked it. A TV screen, and on the TV screen, a very close-up shot of testicles. And then on top of it, I'll say, "Do not adjust your television. This is just a testicle."
Nice. Dude, I love it.
Do you? I like it. I might make that. I might make that and see.
Think of like the word testicle. It's not a very pleasing word sonically either. Testicle.
Well, just the fact that such an important piece of our body, it starts off with test. Like it was a test. You know what I mean? And then there's icicles. I don't know. It's just all confusing to me right now. There's
Or
just
ick. Test, and it's the ick.
yeah.
Which can mean ew.
Ohs. Ohs. Test. Ick. Ohs.
Or it could be like tentacles. Tentacles stick out, so do testicles.
That's true. I think tentacles are cool, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish I had tentacles.
Instead of testicles?
I don't know. It depends on. There's a lot of other things that question-wise that I would need to ask in that particular regard. All right. So this is the final question that I have. I don't have any other questions for the show, but there's a question from somebody named Christine007. So it's not the final question. The final question we have for the show. You know what I'm trying to say, right, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
So, what would you define as a successful year for you when it comes to your music career? How do you define success?
Who's answering that? Who's asking that question?
Christine007. Christine with a K.
Shout out, Christine. What would I define as success? Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think I can speak about this album. The success was just actually getting the fucking thing out. You know, we went through a lot of fucking shit to get that album out, right? A lot of shit. Like anything you could personally, business-wise, anything that you can encounter, any barrier that you could encounter, any roadblock, we went through that shit. So to us, a success was getting that album out. And that was success to us. And to be honest, we always look at success in terms of, did we get better? You know, I listened to Blood Music, the album previous, and then from there I would listen to the Project Y stuff previously from that, and I just judged, did I get better? And that's how I at least view success, or deem success.
I think I've asked you this question before, but I'm curious just to ask it again. What is your, like, of all your songs, and let's not bring your last album into it because this is the current album right now, and sometimes things need time to sit, but of all time, what is your favorite song that you've created?
That's impossible, dude. I can't answer that. Like, I wish I could, but it's just that, my favorite song that I've made changes weekly. You know what I mean? Like, I have songs that I'm a little bit more proud of, but I can't answer that. That's like having, 30 kids, 30 children, and asking me which one I like the best.
Yeah.
I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay, I have another question for you then. What do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Yes.
And what's it called?
It was a song called that I entitled "Let the Rhyme Excel."
Oh, I like it. That's very I picture from that era. That was that kind of. It's like "Let Your Backbone Slide" kind of deal, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But it was before. I wrote that before "Let Your Backbone Slide." I was very young. I think I was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I was listening to an artist named Rakim, who was like one of my heroes. So it sounded very Rakimish, or tried to be very Rakimish in terms of lyrical writing. But yeah, I remember it was called "Let the Rhyme Excel."
And where could we hear this song?
Nowhere. Ever. I actually didn't record it. I wrote it. Yeah, I remember rapping it to Gas. I remember being totally stoked. Like, you know, like back in the day when you first start writing raps or whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as you piece something together, it's the shit. Like, you don't sit back and critique yourself. You're just like, this is the fucking, I'm ready. You know what I mean? You're not close to ready at that point, but you just feel it. You feel it because it's actually, you created, you birthed a song. Do you know what I mean? And that's fucking super cool.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing, man. I still remember the first rap song I ever wrote.
Oh, nice. Spit it.
Yeah, I'll give you the first little bit, okay?
All right.
This is, you remember Rob Ford? This was, you know, my best friend growing up and stuff, and we wrote this together. And for some reason, we decided the first part of the song we would sing together. And I think maybe that was a thing that people did at the time. I have no idea why we made that choice. But it started off, it's been in the papers, it's been in the news, and it's what the new generation will choose. Everyone knows it from your local paper to your worldwide mappers. They all pick the new rappers. For some reason, the worldwide mappers knew about us, though.
Oh! Dude, I'm feeling it.
Boom! Yeah, I thought you would, man.
How old were you when you wrote that?
We used to rap that in front of our families. 12 years old.
See? When you take into, like, age context and time context, impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, eh? And it was a fun thing I always liked doing. Like, I never had any aspirations of, like, you know, pursuing a career musically or anything like that. I mean, I had the imagination of me just all of a sudden being famous, but, you know, everyone kind of imagines that. Obviously, the road there is, you know, that's a different story altogether, right?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I love doing stuff like that, man. That was fun. That was a fun time.
Yes.
Very cool. All right, so I feel like I had one final one for us. Oh, yeah, I have two very important questions from a fella that I think you may remember, Ryan LaFlemme. Remember Ryan LaFlemme?
Yeah, of course. Ryan.
Yeah.
Used to play guitar?
Two very important questions. The first, yeah, that's right, eh? The first question is, how do you electrify the snake grass? Follow up, how are traps of poetic poisoned exactly? How are traps of poetry poisoned exactly? These are important questions.
Very important. Well, our first album was, I think it was like written in 1994, but it came out in 1996, and it was called Traps of Poetic Poison, which sounds kind of funny now, but I'm gonna keep it a surprise. I think Ryan knows. Ryan played on the album, so he probably knows more than me.
Yeah, he had one last question, and he asked, I'm near shark-infested ocean. Should I dare to jump in?
Well, Cliff, would you dare to jump in?
Fuck that, man. I'm not jumping in there.
There you go.
That would be absolutely silly and irresponsible on my behalf. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, brother, that was the last question of the night. What do we want to remind people about, Bobby?
June 30th. Yeah, June 30th show in Sudbury. 20 days away. Can't wait to get there. Cliff's going to be there. We're going to be hosting a Misfit Monday episode 2 with people who are purchasing VIP tickets. So we got some special performances backstage, all that good stuff. I'm excited about that. And we get to hang out.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time. So remember, go down to the 705 on Cedar Street. Get your tickets. Get them right away before they sell out, man. That would suck if you couldn't come to the show. And I know a lot of people, you kind of save things for the last moment, but don't do it. Get out there and get the tickets. Secure your spot. We're really excited to hang out with you. Like, you know, Bobby already knows, I'm very excited about the fact that this is a quarantine. I want to be quarantined in a room with a bunch of you, and you're all going to have to smell my Mexican breath. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, rewatch this show.
And possibly, this possibly may turn into a sleepover. Who knows?
Oh God! I just make sure your sleeping bag is on standby, and you know, maybe if you're lucky, maybe me and Bobby will share our sleeping bag with you. So, do you notice I said bag? Sleeping bag?
Yes, sir.
Pay attention, guys. You got to pay attention to what's going on. So, On behalf of Bobby McIntosh of Dead Celebrity Status and our boy Yas, who couldn't join us but wishes he could, my name's Cliff Skeletor. You just watch Misfit Mondays and have an absolutely beautiful evening.
All right, peace. Peace.